Yes, we
Oh,
are.
hello, everybody. Very good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are watching us from. I'm very excited to be here. My first live chat in 2024. It's actually been a long time since I did this, but hey, I'm really so excited to be back and to be doing this. And let me introduce myself. My name is Blessing Muendesi. I live in Perth, Western Australia with my family. I'm a mom of two girls, and yes, I'm working part time. I'm really happy to be here, and I've been doing this business for 3 years now, and it's actually been very awesome. So, yes, today I have my sister who is joining us from Canada, and she's going to introduce herself, and we're going to talk about the business. Hi, Judith, how are you?
Hi, Blessing. I'm good. Thank you for having me. Yes, Judith, also known as Ishioma. Ishoma is actually
Digital
my
birthday.
Ishoma is actually my first name, but most people like to call me Judith too. But anyone is fine. But I'm also known as the digital boss babe.
The digital boss, baby. And for sure you are. Sis, I'm
Yes.
really happy to have you here. And I'm
Thank
really
you.
excited to talk about this business and about your journey and, just giving people information about what we do. So just tell us, sis, your name, where you're from, and yeah, tell us about yourself.
All right. Thank you once more for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here. I remember when you asked me to join you on a Go Live. That was in 2022. Remember? And I was
Yeah.
heavily pregnant. We were both heavily pregnant.
Yes.
Well, yeah, maybe for me a few months more advanced. And I was like, no way, my nose is too big right now to come online.
Yes, I
Hey,
remember.
ladies, if you're watching this and you've been pregnant before, you probably know what we're talking about. When you're like in your third trimester, you don't look so pretty and you don't want to be exposing yourself on camera at that point. So,
Yeah.
anyways, here we are now, almost 2 years later, right?
Yes.
Having this
We're
session.
doing
So,
it.
thank
Mhm.
you. Thank you for actually not giving up and coming back to invite me again. So I appreciate you for having me here. So yes, like I said, my name is Ishioma. I'm originally Nigerian and now based in Canada. Been here for the past 10, 11, 12 years. And I am married, a mom of two, and also an online business coach. So, I mean, I started my online business 4.5 years ago because I was looking for more, right? I at the time when I started this, I was working full time. And, if you know that you don't like the situation you are in at your job, whether it's your colleagues or your boss that is giving you a headache, or maybe you don't like your paycheck, there's something you can do, guys, because that was my situation 4.5 years when I started. I had just gotten back to work from maternity leave. And quite frankly, even before I went on maternity leave, I was already facing some politics at work. And I just wanted a way to not have to go back to that corporate grind. I wanted a way to be able to enjoy that time freedom, with my kid. At the time, I just had the one kid. And, I also wanted a way to be my own boss and earn, at my own pace, call the shots on my income. So little did I know that it will come in the form of an online business. But here I am today, 4.5 years later, enjoying that time freedom, still enjoying a very good income, which actually is way more than what I was earning, as an employee. So that's a quick snapshot of me, my background, and how my journey has been so far in the online space.
Wow, that is so interesting, sis. I can't believe that. What time is it for you? For me, it's like 7 in the morning. And
Yes,
what
so
time
it
is it for
is.
you in Canada?
And you are on Saturday already. You're already
Yes.
Saturday, right? So for
Mhm.
me, it's still Friday afternoon. It's well close to evening now. It's 4 p.m. Friday. So I
And I,
think you
mhm.
are like the first people in the world to wake up, and we are the very last.
Of course, but you know what I love about this business? We always connect. Like now we are connecting
Mhm.
online, right? That's
Yep.
the flexibility. That's what I love about it. Sis, tell
Mhm.
me, how was your life before you
Mhm.
found this business and tell us what has changed?
Yeah, so I know I already gave you guys a teaser, right?
Mm,
But let me go into a little bit more detail. So,
mm,
yes, for me, my life before, actually, probably by this time, I'll be getting ready to go on either night shift or getting ready to come home from day shift. So,
mm,
I was working in a manufacturing plant, right? I do
mm,
have an engineering background. Quite frankly, when I came to Canada, the story is almost the same for every immigrant. You know, you come to a new country, you're trying to integrate in whatever certification or experience you have from back home does not count.
mm,
So that was my story too. So yes, when I came to Canada, I actually came as a student. And, after graduating, my goal was, get a good job. You know the drill, right? When you come
yeah,
from African
yeah.
background, go to school, get
Mm,
good grades, get a good job, and that's the dream life. So yes, I did follow that plan up until a certain point. So yes, I when I came here, I finished school, got a job, not necessarily in the field that I wanted, but it
mm,
was kind of a foot in the door for me to kind of gather that experience that is typically required overseas, right?
mm,
In order to then climb that corporate ladder. So that was my path, right? Now, as I started on that path, it was okay. At the time, I was alone, I was single, I didn't have any kids.
mm,
So if they say work overtime, hands up, I'm there, work
yeah.
all the extra hours, all the extra days, don't take a break. Oh, yes, I'm there. We Africans, we immigrants were very hardworking, right?
Yeah.
But when I started my family, for me, my priorities shifted. Okay. So, and plus, around the same time, I also started facing some situations at work that made me realize, I guess if somebody else is the one dictating your time, your pay,
Mm,
you can't really
mm,
go as fast and as far as you
mm,
want, right?
yeah.
I'm sure some of you watching this will be able to relate. Sometimes you face some politics at work, it could be from your boss or your boss's boss or your colleagues.
Yeah.
And that got me, after several times of that happening, got me thinking that really, how much longer can I take this where somebody else dictates, hey, you have to be at work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's when I'm working night shift, and then you have to just have maybe one day off and then come back the following day. And all of this efforts still not going appreciated. And
Mhm,
at the same
mhm.
time, I'm leaving my little kid alone, not alone. Obviously, he had somebody care for him, but what I mean is leaving him for somebody else to care for to go
Yeah.
to a job that I'm not feeling appreciated. So I'm like, man, this is not really adding up. This is not the dream life that I thought about. So
Mhm,
I started to think there's got to be something out there. There's got to be a way where I'm actually the one controlling my income and controlling my time. But I
mhm,
just didn't know that it would come in the form of an online business, like I was saying before.
mhm.
And I did, see a lot of adverts. Every day these days, if you are online for any amount of time, you will be bombarded with different kind of adverts, right? So
Yeah.
yes, I did venture into, number of things here and there. One of the last
Mhm,
things that I did was actually owning an online store, right? So I did use the Shopify platform to create a
mhm,
store, selling some goods on there. After doing that for a couple of years, I realized, you know what? The time and the effort that I'm putting in to learn this thing, to do this thing, it's not really
mhm,
matching the pay that I'm trying to make here. So it's not really like what I'm thinking. It's not checking the boxes for me. Like I said, I'm looking for something that I could potentially use to replace my income at my job and
mhm.
fast. And with this Shopify store that I'm doing, it's actually not taking me there. It's not the fast track to where I'm trying to get to. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's what kept me searching, till I found this particular platform. Okay. And
Yeah.
let me tell you guys, I actually had been seeing, my mentors posts or ads about this platform for a good 1 year. So talk about
Wow.
somebody who, is skeptical, or talk about somebody who is distracted with other ventures. That was me. Okay. Because I know
Mhm.
some of you have probably seen either my posts or Blessings posts from time to time, and you've just been observing from a distance for a period of time while
Yeah.
spending your time checking out other things or doing something else that is not even worth your while. So that was my story, right? Until this
Mhm.
one day where I think I would say I just had enough, enough. I have to say enough is enough, right?
Yeah.
And that was the pivotal moment for me, because that was when I now took that bold step to truly, really check this out, follow
Mhm,
the process, right, which
mhm,
involves watching the webinar to get the info,
mhm,
and then paying the registration fee to seeing,
mhm,
so that I could see what is behind this whole business model. And
Yeah.
here I am 4.5 years later. Okay. I started this business journey back in 2020, January, just before the pandemic hit. Here I am
Mhm.
4.5 years later. It's sometimes I just wake up and I just say, wow, thank you, Jesus. I am so grateful. I am so blessed that not
Mhm.
only did I see this opportunity, but I was actually bold enough to
Yeah.
take that step, to take action, to get started, and to also
Mhm.
follow the trainings and the teachings that has gotten me to where I am today. So when you ask what
Yeah.
change have I experienced, number one, I was able to get out of that corporate grind that I wanted to get out of, right? And guess what? I didn't just like start my business today and boom, tomorrow I was gone, tomorrow I quit, or next
Mhm.
month I quit. No, for me, I always advise people, you know what, don't come and start a business just because you're thinking you want to leave your job by next week. No, you have to
Mhm.
build it. You have to build it
Yeah.
to that point where it can sustain you and it has
Yeah.
surpassed your salary. So that's what I did. So I took my time, built my business to the point where it surpassed my salary from my full-time job, and it just made sense to just focus on this full time, right? And call the shots on my time and on my pay, just like I was wishing for in the first place. Yeah.
Mhm. Sis, what you actually spoke about, that is like the story of so many immigrants. You
Mm-hmm.
know, before we come abroad, and maybe when we're applying for visas and everything, you are so excited about moving to the country that you're going to move to. We're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, the greener pastures.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when we come here, that's when we realize it is not easy. For so many
Mm-hmm.
immigrants, it is not easy because some have to, you are trying to integrate into new systems. Everything is just new to you. And then when
Mm-hmm.
you come from home, you have your papers, your degrees, and everything. And then you come here, you actually realize that no, you're not going to start as a manager. You're not going to start
Oh
as
yeah.
this. You have
Mm-hmm.
to start way, way below, like what
Mm-hmm.
you actually studied for. And some people actually end up diverting, you know.
Yeah.
Most people are not doing what they were doing back home. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it causes a lot of frustration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because these
Mm-hmm.
are new systems completely different from the African systems. So
Mm-hmm.
now trying to navigate life, especially like when you mentioned now when you have kids, honestly, for me, when I had my child, that's when you realize the focus has changed because you
Yeah.
look at these little humans and you're like, you know what, we are really responsible for raising this child,
Mm-hmm.
like these children, the values we are going to input and everything else. So for me, like back in 2020, I just realized, like, wait, this system is like a cycle. Work
Mm-hmm.
home. It's just like that. It's a cycle. And if you don't get to a point where you say enough is enough, when you
Mm-hmm.
don't get to realize that if you keep going this route, nothing is going to change.
Yeah.
Nothing will change. It
Yeah.
will continue like that for the next 10 years, for the next 15 years. And
Mm-hmm.
I just said
Mm-hmm.
to myself, you know what? Me, I want a life where I have the freedom to travel. And if I am to
Yeah.
travel back to my home country, I come back when I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Mm-hmm.
being told that you have to come back within the next 4 months, the next four
You need
weeks.
4 weeks? Yeah. You'll be
If
lucky if you have 4 months.
if, if you surpass the 4 weeks,
Yeah.
then there is no income, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
So
right. That's right.
it is just a whole lot. So I had to come to a point where I said to myself, you know what? I don't want to be that mother that's going to leave their child in daycare 6 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
People are taking newborn babies like young as 3 months because they have to go back to work because you don't have an option, right?
Yeah.
But when there are options in life, you'll be like, you know what? I do have an option. I have an option B. Like now with this business, for me, I'm still working, but at the same time, I know what this is going to do for me because this business is really amazing. Like you are now home, full
Mm-hmm.
time mom. You
Mm-hmm.
have surpassed your income because
Mm-hmm.
this business has got a foundation. It's not like you just start and then you wake up rich. This
Yeah.
is not it. This is not it at all. It's a business that you have to build and come to a point where you say, now, you know what? I have surpassed my income, and now it's time for me to say goodbye because we are really seeing a lot of people in our community who have quit their jobs
Oh
because
yeah.
it's paying you residual income. Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
you get residual income, and
Yeah.
you are not waking up to any alarm clock. You don't have
Mhm.
a boss to report to. You are
Mhm.
living life on your own terms. I
Exactly.
personally believe, as a Christian, we are both Christians. God
Mhm.
wants us to live lives that are fulfilling.
That's
God
right.
wants us to live lives where, your cup is running over, and then you can bless other people. We are seeing that in our community. People are
Yes.
building schools, people are building churches. There's a
Mhm.
whole lot that people are doing, right?
Mhm.
Because we need the money, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes I'm
Yeah.
surprised when people are saying, "Oh, someone actually said, when you're just thinking of yourself, then you are selfish. If you're thinking what I have is enough for me and my family,
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
is a selfish mindset,
Yeah.
because we are blessed to bless others.
Others. That's right.
Sometimes what we are earning, we can't be able to do that, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
honestly, yeah, it's this business is really, really amazing, sis. And you have
Yes.
spoken of how you did other businesses, and having
Mhm.
to do this, and it didn't tick the box for you. It was really hard. So
Yeah.
tell us, how did you, with this business, when you found it, how were you able to say, okay, this is what I want to do? How did you make that decision to say you want to do this?
Yes, first of all, let me just apologize quickly if you guys hear banging in my background. We're doing some home renovations right now.
Okay.
So the guys are out there working. Yes. So I apologize ahead of time for that. But I hope you can hear me loud and clear still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So yes, that's a very good question you asked because a lot of you who are going to be watching the replay later, or those of you who are watching us live now, you're
Mm-hmm.
probably wondering, okay, how would I know that this business you guys are talking about is going to be the right fit for me? Because there's so many things that one can do these days online,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
for me, thankfully I have the experience from a different platform and some others that I had looked into, so that when I came across this particular opportunity, for me was a no-brainer, okay? Because I saw that a lot of the other things that were missing from the other platforms or the other opportunities was already kind of simplified or done for you here. So I'll
Uh-huh.
give you a perfect example, right? So we all know, of course, if you want to do a business, you need to figure out, well, what are you going to have as either products or services? Do you want to be a plumber or a carpenter? Do you want
Mm-hmm.
to sell clothing or shoes? So you
Mm-hmm.
need to figure out what kind of products or what kind of services will actually make you money. And this is where a lot of people who try to go and figure out, starting an online business by themselves actually flop big time, because by the
Mm-hmm.
time they've done their product research and they figure out, oh, okay, this product I think is going to be hot, and then they put it in the market and it doesn't do anything, and they just give up and say, oh, I guess online businesses suck. So for me, I went through that process before of trying to figure out, okay, which products am I going to put in the market, which vendors are going to supply those products, how am I going to get the products to my customer in terms of shipping it, where am I going to store them, which, by the way, yes, I had to do a lot of storage of those things in my house somewhere, and I had to figure out, all of the shipping and all of the logistics. So trying to figure that out, and at the end of the day, when you now count how much are you selling, what is the profit, is it really
Yeah.
making sense? For me, I was like, oh, I don't think I can do this long term. So
Mm-hmm.
when I came across this particular business platform we're talking about today, I watched even from the webinar and I saw that, oh, the product research has already been done. Sleeping Giant products have already been found that can pay you massive income. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, let me take it a step further and go ahead to actually see what's behind this thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was one big thing for me. Now, the other thing was in terms of the training. Okay. So when you want to do any online business, typically you don't know anything. You're starting from scratch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but here in this platform, I realized that not only am I trained, right, provided all the training of everything that I need to know to be successful and to be up and running, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the things that are technical are already done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with my previous business, I had to figure out, okay, how do I even build this? online store? What should it look like? How do I arrange things here, design it so that when a user, right, a customer lands on my website, they have the best experience to make that purchase, and I can get my money from there. So it was a lot of moving parts at the back. Sometimes I have to go on YouTube, Google, try to figure this thing out. Sometimes I have to pay for courses to try to understand how this thing works. It's time consuming,
Yes.
at the same time trying to figure all these things out. But guess what? When I came across this particular business we're talking about today, all of those
Mhm.
figuring out has already been done. All of those technical things like building and designing and maintaining a website was already set up. Okay. I didn't even talk about, I used to also do like the offline sales of the products that I was selling. So I would go to like trade fairs with my boxes of goods, set it up, for display and have
Mhm.
customers coming. And then I'll do like I'll tell them to drop their name, their email, their phone number, that I'm going to do a draw and give them a free gift. So that was
Mm.
a way that I will collect, their names, their email, their phone number, so that I could then do like an SMS or an email marketing campaign.
Mhm.
Guys, all this things I'm saying probably sounds like
So
jargon to
hard.
some of you who are not online, but what I'm trying to say is all of these things I'm talking about is already taken care of in this our business platform. All the email
Yeah.
marketing campaigns, all the automation. So, but when I was on my own, I had to figure all these things out for myself. Okay.
Mhm.
If any of you have ever gone into, let's say, Google or YouTube and researched how to start an online business, there's a lot of moving parts that if you actually try to venture out on your own to do it, you're going to get
Yeah.
burnt out, you're going to get frustrated even before you get the ball rolling, right?
Yes.
So that was why when I watched from the webinar alone, I was already blown away. I was like, what? You guys are going to build my sales funnel with all the automation. You've already figured out the products. You're going to train me. You're going to provide me with a mentor. Like, what else can I possibly ask for?
Mhm.
Right? And let me tell you the icing on the cake. Then I started
Yes.
hearing the numbers. Okay. I started hearing the incomes that people were making. Somebody came and said,
Mhm.
oh, I made $20,000 last month. I'm like, excuse me, did I just hear that right? Because at this job that I'm working right now, at the time, it takes me like maybe 5 or 6 months to make that much, and you just made that last month. No, 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 you've got to be kidding me.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
wanted to take that step further to go and see what exactly are these people doing. Because
Yes.
truth be told, obviously this is a step-by-step process. From the webinar,
Yeah.
they don't, we don't usually spill the whole beans to you because we want to gauge how serious you are. So
Yeah.
obviously I didn't have the whole information from the webinar, but I was curious to know more, and I
Yeah.
wanted to see, is this thing really legit? Because these people are making
Mhm.
this kind of money. Is it blood money? What are they doing? you know?
Mhm.
So I had to do my due diligence. That's when I took that next step, of paying my registration fee so I could access everything. And when
Yeah.
I see everything, I was blown away. That's why I said, for me, it was a no brainer. And maybe that is because I already had my own fair share of exposure to trying to do an online business by myself. And I
Yeah.
realized that there was a lot of moving parts that when you see those Amazon ads, Shopify ads, Etsy ads, they don't tell you everything, right? But when
Yeah.
you now get inside, you now realize that, oh my God, there's a lot of figuring out you have to do for yourself, and you don't necessarily have like a mentor or a coach to actually guide you.
Mhm.
So you're going to be making a lot of mistakes. Whereas
Mhm.
here in this our platform I'm talking about today, from the beginning you have a mentor and a
Yeah.
coach. So you
Mhm.
are basically, leveraging on the experience of people who have been there, done that.
Yeah.
So you
Mhm.
don't make the same mistakes that they made, right? You're not necessarily starting from scratch. You're starting from experience, not your own experience, but the experience of others who are succeeding. So
Mhm.
that's why I said this thing, it was a complete no-brainer. Like I didn't have to think two, three times about it to go ahead to start. Now,
Mhm.
was it a straightforward start for me? No, because I encountered my first roadblock being that I had a skeptical spouse. Okay. Now I know I've gone beyond the question that you asked me, but I think it's important for me to
Mhm.
highlight this because I know some of you watching, maybe you want this, you truly want this, but then you have a skeptical partner. It could be your
Yeah.
husband, maybe your wife, it could be your children if you're an older adult, it could be
Mhm.
maybe your sister, your brother, your friend, somebody in your circle who is the skeptical one who is holding you back from
Yeah.
actually taking that step. So me, yes, my first stumbling block was that I had a skeptical husband because even though
Mhm.
I was excited and showing him the huge incomes that I was seeing, and he's like,
Mhm.
Is it possible? Because the typical employee mindset, what is your take home pay? When you now calculate and you see somebody making your 6 months pay in 1 month, it's like, no, this thing
Mhm.
is not legit. It can't be legit. Don't go and enter trouble, oh. Then you not carry the whole family down. I said, bros, leave that thing first. This thing I'm saying, no, I need to go and enter first. When I'm bringing the money, I'm sure you will change this your mind. So I went ahead stubbornly. I think naturally I'm shy, quiet, but very stubborn. Very stubborn. So it's that stubbornness that I carried and entered the business, but I did not regret it because few months down the road, guess what?
Mhm.
My checks started coming in the mailbox. Guess who picks up my checks now? The
Your
skeptical
husband.
husband.
Mhm.
Yes. Guess who makes plans on the checks even before I even make plan? Him.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So this is why I always tell when I do, coaching calls with ladies and they're telling me, "Oh, my husband is skeptical." I'm like, you know what? When that money start coming in, you're not even going to, you don't have to say anything. The money will help you do the talking, but you have to stubbornly go ahead because sometimes we women, I would say maybe sometimes we're more visionary than some guys. But if we don't take that bold step to start, you will never know, and you would have missed out on a life changing opportunity. So
Mhm.
yes, this has been my experience. This has been my experience so far.
Wow, 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 wow. That is honestly so good. Like I was just looking, someone was actually showing us how
Mhm,
much it costs. Remember, like in our business, how
mhm,
much it costs for if someone wants to do this business by themselves, like just
mhm,
the
mhm,
training on digital marketing. That's almost
mhm.
like 20 grand.
Yes,
That
yes.
is a lot. We haven't even talked about building the system
Mhm,
because the
mhm,
system is what is important. And
mhm,
building this kind of a system by yourself, no, you can't do it. Because here
mhm.
we have a team. We have a team of tech savvy people who
Yeah.
are running things on the back end for us.
Mhm.
Honestly, I wouldn't even want to try and do this business by myself. Never.
Yeah.
Doing the research from scratch, like
Mhm,
what products people want on the online space, because it
mhm.
has to be something that is high value, right? Like high
Yes.
ticket,
Mhm,
not
mhm,
low ticket, because
mhm,
it really makes it really so hard. So
mhm,
if you don't have a mentor and a coach, like you said, I
mhm,
wouldn't have done this without a mentor and a coach
mhm.
because they have, like you say in your language, Nigeria, follow who no road.
That's right.
If
Yeah.
someone knows the road, follow them. Don't try
Mhm,
to create your own route because
mhm.
that's
Yeah.
where most people really fail and trying to build your own business by yourself. In the first 2 years, research actually shows that most people fail and they give up
That's true.
because what goes into
Mhm.
it is just a whole lot. But here we have a complete package. You are simply plugging into a system that is already existing.
Yes.
Everything has been done for you. The research on what you need, the system has been built for you and it works on automation. I
Mhm.
was like, I remember 2020 when I signed up and saw the workshop, I was like, wait, where is this all happening? I was like, is this real? So this has been happening all along. And I'm like, I wish I had found this business the day we landed here. But
Yeah.
thank God when I found it, I took the bold step to start. And for me, you know
Mhm,
what I did? I
mhm,
actually had to, when I found it, I said, you know what? Let me show my husband this so that he can do the research for me. Because previously I had found something that a friend had introduced me to where we
mhm.
lost money, right? These
Oh.
businesses that people say businesses, they are not businesses because I then realized the difference of an
Mhm.
online business like a real business. So
Yeah.
this thing that people get into where it's just money circulating and everything, there's nothing. There's nothing. So my husband did the research for me because I tried to get him into that one and he said, this one which you are starting is not a business. You're gonna lose your money because I'm a risk taker, right? I was like, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. And for sure, in
Mm.
the next 3, 4 months, I was like, oh, that thing is gone.
Oh.
And then that's when I found this business, right? And then I
Yeah.
said, can you do the research for me? And
Mhm.
he said, now, this is a real business because
Mm.
everything you need to know, you can do the research. This is
Yeah.
a business you want. And here I am 3 years later, and you are 4.5 years later. We
Mm-hmm.
are still running this business. Look, the world has changed, especially after the pandemic. We are living in a new era.
That's true.
This is a new era, the internet, the era that we can't go back, right? And
Yeah.
I actually realized, like, wow, I said, God, I thank you. Business is even easier to do now in this era
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because you can be everywhere. You can be in the US, you can be in Canada, you can be in Africa, you can be everywhere in the comfort of your home.
That's
Who
true.
doesn't want that? Because
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
business, long back you had to travel. If it's an offline, you have to travel and go open a shop. Huh?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
now you don't need to be on the plane. In the comfort of your home,
Mm-hmm.
it's running there where you have sent it. So
Around the world, right? Mm-hmm.
when I found this, I said, when I came into the community, I said, wow, Lord, this is amazing. And that's when I met you. That's one thing I love about this business. I met people online who, when we went to Canada, it was offline. We are meeting and we are like, oh my goodness, the real thing. It's the real thing. So I was so excited. And I'm still passionate about this because this business, you can leave it to your children. This is
Yes.
generational wealth,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I looked at the structure, I'm like, this is what I want. And God, I thank you. 3 years later, I am still in it and I'm still going because
Yes.
I'm still going. There is no giving up. Yes, business is not easy. There is no business that's easy because sometimes we want the quick bucks.
Yes.
That is not the principle of business. Principles are
Mm-hmm.
principles. If you sow a seed today, you don't harvest today. It goes
Mm-hmm.
through a process and you
Mm-hmm.
see it grow. It's just like nurturing a child, like from pregnancy to this and nurturing a child. It's a process. So that
Mm-hmm.
is the principle of business that I had to learn when I found this business, that this is so real and I see it grow. So honestly, sis, this is amazing. What we are doing is really amazing, and we are out here
Absolutely. Yes.
trying. Skepticism does not pay bills.
At
That's what I
all.
learned. Complaining is not going to pay my bills because there is no one
Mm-hmm.
who's going to come and save me and my family.
Mm-hmm.
No, you have to do it yourself, right? That's how life
Yeah.
is. You have
Yep.
to do it yourself. So for me, when I saw this, I was like, me, I'm a risk taker. I said, you know what? As long as I'm breathing, I've done things before that I felt. As long as I have the breath of life, rise
Yeah.
up and go.
Keep
You don't have to
going. That's
think that
right.
and cry because you can lose your blessing. God brings
Mm-hmm.
something to you, but because you're still mourning the losses before. So that's me. I was like, you know what? I'm getting into this. And 3 years, here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So tell
Yes.
me, how are you balancing work? No, I mean, how are you balancing the business and
Mm-hmm.
family time? Because some people are
Well,
really like it's gonna be a lot of things, like juggling.
yes, this is a very good question you asked because a lot of the time people are always thinking, oh my God, I'm already busy. And I'm not talking about myself now, I'm talking about people that I get to, chat with, like I'm already busy, I have work, I have school on top of that, and I have 3 kids and a
Mm-hmm.
husband and a church responsibility and I don't have any extra time. I don't think I can do this. You know what, guys? No matter how busy you think you are, there's somebody out there who is even busier than you and are still
Yeah.
crushing this business in our community. Okay?
Yes.
Because with this business, you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to sit in front of your computer or your phone
Yeah.
24/7, not even 8 hours, not even 12 hours. Once
Mm-hmm.
you're set up, okay, this thing you only need maybe an hour, maybe two in a day, which you can spread out here and there, put 30 minutes here, 15 minutes there. And what are you even spending this time doing? Maybe you just want to put a post on your business page, right? Your social media platform, right? For that day, just the way we are here today now talking about
Mm-hmm.
the business, right? And then after this, I'm gone off to make supper, right? Like I said earlier, it's like just about 4:30 p.m. here, so and then I still know my business is running. So it's
Yeah.
not a thing that takes too much of your time. And that's also the beauty of when you're your own boss. Basically, you get to call the shots on how, how you want to spend your time. I get to call the shots on how I want to spend my day. So I
Yeah.
wake up in the morning. If it's a weekday, I get my kid ready for school, take him to school, and I come back.
Mhm.
And I decide, what, depending on that day, if I want to schedule, some strategy calls with, people who are ready to start their business, I do
Mhm.
that. And then if I just want to just maybe chill with my baby girl, do some gardening, like this time of the year now, it's summer, right? So we're into the gardening season,
Mhm.
sorry. Yes.
Mhm.
Sorry, 1 second. What's that?
Mhm.
Okay, good job. Nice. Okay. Sorry, guys. That's my son. So, just like I was saying, right? So, I get to decide how I want to spend my day. And, when I want to work on business, I work on business. When I don't want to, work on business, I go do something else. Like I was sharing about gardening being, a passion of mine during this time of the year. I do that.
Mhm.
So, basically, I have that work life balance because this doesn't take up all of my day. Now, this
Yeah.
is me now being that I am now boss free. But bear in mind,
Yeah.
at some point, I wasn't boss free. I had a job that I had to go to. And I know some of you watching this who are still maybe considering if you should do this and you're wondering, okay, how much time do you have to put in to see results because you're
Mhm.
already and all of that. You don't have to worry about that because, like I said, this thing works mostly on automation once you are set up, and you only
Yep.
need about an hour or two in your day to just maybe
Mhm.
if you're going to be doing a go live like this. Yeah, if you're going to just create a normal regular post on your page and respond to one or
Mhm.
two people asking you questions here or there, or maybe you want to do some training or watch one of our old mastermind meetings, those are the things that you spend your time on, not because you are on the phone all day cold
Yeah.
calling people, trying to recruit people, or trying to push them to buy one product or two from you. No, that's not how
Mhm.
this works, right?
Yeah.
It's such a
Mhm.
flexible business. And so for me, I will say, thanks to this business, I am now achieving that work life balance where I don't have to work 100% of the time. I have no life, right? I work
Mhm.
when I want, have life when I want,
Yeah.
or enjoy
Mhm.
life when I want. Yeah.
That's what I exactly love, that we don't have to be there, right, sitting on your
Mm-hmm.
laptop like the whole day. Once the
Mm-hmm.
business is set up, that's what I love about the system built on automation. I can
Yes.
imagine just coming from work, if you're doing, let's say, let's say you choose to do this business yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have people that are walking through your website, right? And then you get home. Obviously, you want to respond back to them, right? And maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's a whole list of people, and you have to write each and every one an email back.
Mm.
No one would want to do that. But we have a
Yeah.
business that works in the background.
Yeah.
You're cooking, you're playing with the kids, people are
Mm-hmm.
walking through your website, you have your phone, you can see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
our system communicates with clients on our behalf. This
That's
is
true.
why a lot of people that are busy are doing this, because of the
Mm-hmm.
automation, the system that is built. So that's
Yeah.
that's honestly what I love. Like for me right now, I just know I have to schedule my post. I do my post, then I'm out with the kids playing. I can be doing something else because the system, we have tech savvy people who are running this system, on the back end for
Mm-hmm.
us,
Yeah.
which is so good. So when people say I don't have time, because if I can sit on TV and watch Netflix, a movie on for one
Yeah.
and a half to 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
then it means that's time I can devote it to be doing something that brings value in my life.
Or
Sometimes I'm
even
like,
even
yeah.
scrolling through social media mindlessly. That's time that you could be using to earn.
And following people who are already earning, who are on those lives
Exactly.
that we do
Yeah.
follow now, and it's spending your time. So honestly, it's all goes back to you, to the value, like what do
Mhm.
you value,
That's
so
true.
let's
Mhm.
just say hi to a few people since that I can see here. We have
Okay.
Justina said hello, boss ladies, hello, watching from Canada.
Yes.
Esther, hi ladies, hi Esther. We have Michelle. She's here in Perth, Western Australia. She said, hi, beautiful boss ladies. Hi, Michelle. Thank you. And we have Beth, who said, true blessing. God wants our cups to run over, but most believers just like to play it safe, which is so true. I love seeing believers going big and doing well. Well done, sisters, which is really so true. Like playing it safe. So we have Ross. She said hi, ladies. She's watching from Perth, Western Australia. We have Teddy. Teddy's in Canada. He said, hello, I'm new here, boss ladies. Hi, Teddy. Canada entered the chat room. Hey, from Canada. So yeah, sis, like you say, that's what I love is the flexibility that we have here. A lot of people who are busy, the busiest of people in life, are doing this business because of how our system is built up for us. So we have been talking, you and I have been talking since we started this business, that business, this business. Can you tell us what this is? Tell us. What do we do?
Yes, yes, this is my favorite part. I like doing short clips. I think before we started this, we were talking earlier, sis, that I like doing these short clips every now and then just to give people a little bit of what the business is about and how it works,
Mhm,
you know.
mhm.
But really, I want you, if you're watching and you're yet to actually start, to actually also see things for yourself. So that's why we don't give you the whole spiel, because
Yeah.
God has made you a smart person with your own intelligence. So we will give you a
Mhm.
little tidbit here and there, but we also want you to do your own due diligence, follow the steps, and come and
Yes.
see things for yourself so you can make an informed decision. So, in a
Mhm.
nutshell, I'm going to tell you what this is. Okay, some of you would have probably heard by now about affiliate marketing. That's what I like to call this business, affiliate marketing,
Yeah.
digital affiliate marketing, because it's easy for you to be able to understand when you hear the word affiliate. It means
Mhm.
that you're connected to, right? You are in partnership with, you are related to or representing. So we do have partnerships that we've done with, different companies out there. Remember in the beginning, I was saying that you don't have to do any product research because we've already done the product research. In my former business, I used to have to figure out which vendors and suppliers to work with, but here that's already done. So yes, we've already done the homework of figuring out which partners or which companies to partner with, and
Mhm.
which products are going to be amazing, which services are amazing to put in the online space. But here's
Mhm.
the thing: we're not telling you that you need to come in here now and then try to now, like, okay, fine, we say we have products here, we have companies, then what next? No, you don't have to start to try to figure out the nuts and the bolts and connecting A to B, because it's an already built platform. Okay, this is
Yeah.
an already built business platform. Think about a franchise, right?
Mhm.
A lot of you, anywhere you are in the world, will probably know McDonald's as a franchise, right? If you want
Mhm.
to go start a McDonald's franchise, you don't need to start trying to figure out the logo or a name, or whatever specifications they have, because all of those things are already figured out for you. You just need to show
Yeah.
up, apply, show up with your startup capital, and begin your
Yeah.
business, right?
Mhm.
So same thing here. This is like an online franchise model, because we've already done everything that is technical, everything that is hard for you. So we figured out the products, we figured out the system, we figured out the marketing, we figured out the digital training, we figured out
Yeah.
all the website building, all the tools, all the resources, everything, even the guidance, like I said earlier, for
Mhm.
you to start and run a business online successfully. So yes, it is an affiliate marketing business in a box, already made like a franchise model for you to tap into and plug away and start making good money for yourself online.
Oh, thank you. You have really explained it so well because people see us when they come through our ads on social media because that's what we do, right? In this
Mm-hmm,
business, we are not into recruiting people. We
mm-hmm,
are not into cold calling people because for me, I didn't want to be cold calling, messaging, or trying to push friends to be doing
mm-hmm,
this. What we teach
mm-hmm,
you is digital marketing. We have a training. And that's one thing
mm-hmm.
that I love because with our business, that training is like a GPS, right? This is the
Yeah,
GPS of our
yeah.
business. Do
Mm-hmm,
this, do that, and just do your best. You are
mm-hmm.
simply following the training and you're seeing your business come together. You're seeing it being
Yes,
built. I thought
yes.
I knew social media, but I was like, when I started this business, I'm like, this Facebook where I'm just posting, I did not even know that you gotta have a business manager, those ad accounts where you're running your business. It's really, really amazing. And the growth, I'm seeing myself and I'm like, I look at myself back and I'm like, the growth. personal growth that I have experienced through this business is amazing. We have books, we have books to read. It's just a package which is really so amazing. So yeah, that's really amazing. That's what we do, and our training is top notch.
I just want to quickly say something there because some people, when you hear her say we have books to read, you're gonna be like, "Huh? Am I going back to
Eh,
school?"
uh,
You guys, don't be scared. Don't be scared, okay? When she's talking about books to read, it's all about personal development, and I think
yes.
that was one thing that really, well, I say, there's so many things that put the nail in the box for me because I was like, before I saw this business, I was already
Mhm.
into the whole self development, reading books about improve your mindset, your
Yeah.
personal growth, and all of that. So me seeing this community and seeing that that's like something that is a big part of the community. They want you to grow personally. They want you to read all those books about mindset,
Mhm.
financial education, and all. I'm like, wow, where else do you get this kind of full package? Because even at my job that I was working back then, they don't care about your personal development. You better show up ready and everything already perfect, you know.
Mhm.
But here they
Mhm.
care about you. Like if you want to grow into a leader, there is things that you can learn about leadership. If you want to know more about mindset generally, there's things about that. So that's what she's talking about when you say there's books for you to read because it's gonna grow you to be
Mhm.
all round entrepreneur, boss babe, boss dude. you know?
So true.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Because like if you are getting into business, you have to change
Mm-hmm.
the mindset of being an employee and the mindset of being an entrepreneur.
That's
So
true.
that's what I love about this business, that it develops you. Like I see a lot of people who are shy, a lot of people like introverts, and you see them and you're like, wow, it is that personal growth that we experience with this business. Because business is not all about money, 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 money. There's a whole lot of aspects, like that personal development, and we are here to be helping others. And it's so that honestly, those boxes being ticked for me, I was like, check, 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 all this. So,
Yes, yes.
so sis, tell us, like, I think we're about to wrap up. We
Okay.
have people who want to do this business, but
Mhm.
a lot of people are still in the safe zone, like the comfort zone, and they're
Mm.
really scared. Like, what if I get into this and it doesn't work? What if that fear, of starting something new? Can you give us advice? What can you say? How can people start, and how can people move from that? Tell us, and how they can be able to start that business.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted here.
That's right. I understand. We are all
but
moms.
But I
Mhm.
think I heard what you're asking, about my advice for people who are wanting to start but they're scared. You know what? I always tell people it's normal to be scared. It's normal to be a little bit skeptical because that means that you're a human being, right? Because God has given us
Yes.
brains to think, to feel fear, to reason. So it's normal.
Mhm.
You fact that you're a little bit scared, a little bit skeptical, that makes you a smart person. But let me tell you where your smartness stops. Your smartness stops where your skepticism stops. Because if you let your skepticism take you to the point where you cannot take any decision or take any action, then that's how far your smartness has taken you. Okay.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
remember, in this platform that we've created, we actually give you a 30 days period, right? It's
Yep.
like a trial period for you to come in, see us as we are, see all
Yes.
the companies that we have partnerships with, see all the
Mhm.
products and services involved, see how this
Mhm.
whole thing works, get to see other people besides myself and Blessing doing this business and succeeding at it from different parts of the world. You might be able to see somebody else there that you even resonate with more than you do with me or Blessing, right?
Mhm.
But the point is, we're giving you a money back guarantee. That's to tell you how confident we are about the value that we are providing you, right? So
Yeah.
you have that 30 days to look at everything and then decide if you like it or not. So tell me, why would you be skeptical about something that you can actually put your money down? and get it back if you don't want to proceed. Because if you don't want to proceed, all you need to do is say, you know what, give me my registration fee back. I'm out of here. Not
Yeah.
that I'm saying I want you to get out of here, because trust me, when you see what we are seeing, you'll be mind blown and you wouldn't want to leave, right? But what I'm saying is, you cannot be skeptical about something that you know you can get your money back, right?
Mm-hmm.
To tell you that it is real. That is why we boldly come and put our faces out here. And I'm sorry once again. I really hope you guys can hear me. I'm trying to shout
Yeah,
above
we
the
can.
noise in the background, you know. But if this was not real, we would not come and put our faces out here. Okay, if you follow us on Facebook, you'll see us with our families. With, I know Blessing puts her picture with her family from time to time. Me too. The same
Mm-hmm.
thing. If this was illegitimate, we will not even have the courage to do that. Blessing is still working. She has a job and her reputation and career to protect. She wouldn't want to jeopardize that by coming to
Yeah.
talk about something that is false, right?
Yeah.
And remember, guys, we actually are tax paying, residents of the countries that we live in. Blessing is in Australia. She pays taxes to the
Mm-hmm.
government from her business income. I'm in Canada. I do the same thing. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
government will not collect taxes on something that is illegitimate. So tell me, why again are you skeptical? Okay,
Yeah.
because a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
time people are skeptical because they think, oh, is this a scam? Is it real? But I've just told you it's government recognized. We have families, and she has a career to protect, so we can't
Mm-hmm.
promote a scam. The other thing that people are skeptical about is that, okay, how do I know that this will work for me? And here's what I'm going to tell you, especially for those of you who feel like, I've tried this, I've tried that, nothing out there worked for me. So how do I know this
Mm-hmm.
will work for me? Here's what I'll tell you. We put the guarantee on you. Do you have the work ethic to actually make this happen? Because it's not
Yeah.
a question of whether does this work. Obviously, it's working for me. That's why I've just shared with you that I'm able to comfortably stay home and earn more
Yeah.
than my salary. It's working
Mm-hmm.
for Blessing. That's why she's stuck with it for the last 3 years. When we
Mm-hmm.
add to our community of over 200,000 people, then
Mm-hmm.
you get to see even thousands more people that this stuff is working for. So it's not a question of whether it works. It works. But the question is, just like you are probably worried about, will this work for you? Now, the question is, are you ready to do what it takes to make it work? Because if you are ready, if you know that you have the work ethic, if you know that you're a hustler, okay? I like to say, if you know you have that hustling spirit, which is somebody that is a go-getter, then you
Yes.
will definitely succeed at this. This is not for lazy people, okay? Because I know
Yes.
sometimes people see us working online and they say, oh yeah, they don't have a job, they're jobless, people that they don't have what to do, and that's why they are doing this. Actually, no. It's not a money doubling scheme. You have a little bit of work to do, which we train you
Yes.
on. So if you know that
Mm-hmm.
you don't have the right work ethic and you're somebody that just wants to lounge and expect that money will just start dropping, doubling, tripling, that's how you actually get scammed, to be honest. And funny enough, I have actually been a victim of that, where I thought somebody said, oh, we're going to do 100% of everything for you and your money will just double. And I went and I put my money and I was looking at the money was doubling, but come and collect the money now. Oh, that's when the story
It's
entered.
gone.
So those of you that are looking for that kind of thing where you put money and the money is just doubling, tripling,
Mm-mm.
yeah, try to collect the money. You will not see nothing. You will not end up getting nothing. That's how you lose money. Then when you now see the real people like us talking about real business, you will not be over skeptical. So why am I telling you all this long story? Is to tell you guys that you can be rest assured that this is a real, lucrative, legit, and
Mm.
profitable and simple and very
Yeah.
doable business. Okay, so
Business.
drop this
Mm-hmm.
skepticism, drop the excuses. Don't tell me you're not a social media person, because if you're watching me and watching Blessing right now, you're a social media person. Okay, don't tell me you don't have the time, because we have already told you this stuff works mostly on automation. Don't tell me that you don't know what to do, you don't have experience, because like I said, you're going to be tapping into the experiences of others who have
Mm-hmm.
already been there and done that. So whatever excuse you think you have, my people, it's not a valid excuse, because guess what? Your excuses will keep you exactly where you are 1 month from now, 1 year
Yeah.
from now, 2 years from now. I've
Mm-hmm.
had people who have been following me for years, and then finally they're like, oh yeah, now I'm ready to take action. And when they see everything, they're like, why did I not take action all this time? But that's time that
Mm-hmm.
has gone. So instead of you to keep on watching from the sidelines, you need to take action, and you will be so glad that you did. Because look at me, if I didn't take action 4.5 years ago, I would probably, like I said, By this time, they getting ready for my next night shift, leaving my kids behind. And let me tell you guys a crazy story. One day I came back from night shift and I
Mm,
was sleeping, and somebody was supposed to be helping me watch after my son. And at that time, he was quite little. And before I knew what was happening, they came to wake me up that they can't find my son. Yes, this is true story. So I had to jump up from the bed. I was not even, I don't even know what I threw on my body with bare feet. I started running helter skelter around the neighborhood trying to look for him. This is something I'm not supposed to say on social media. But
mm,
now I'm in a position to actually say it because I took that decision that, you know what, I cannot let this happen again. I cannot let
mhm,
this happen again. I need to call the shot on my time and on my pay, and I
mhm,
need to take that bold step to do something about my life. I cannot continue to let somebody else dictate how my life will be, right? But here I am now, and I can boldly say, if I didn't take that step 4.5 years ago, man,
yeah.
only God knows, right? It's a testimony for me. Thank God, it didn't take long. We actually found him. He had, gone to the neighbor's house.
Mm, mm,
But, that was an eye opener for me that, oh my God, what am I going to work for somebody else for who is not even appreciating me and leaving my kid alone, you know? So, guys, if that story didn't touch you to take action, I don't know what else will.
mm. Oh, thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much. There you have heard it, guys, from myself and Inshoma, the digital boss babe, that we are here as ladies running our own online businesses, and this is real, right? This is so real. So if you are here and you are interested in knowing more about the business, starting the business, because you know what, me, I don't want to work like 40 years, 65 years of my life for somebody.
Mhm, mhm,
If I can be building someone's dream, I can be building my own, right?
mhm, mhm,
Yeah, in the next 10 years, I won't be the same. So if you
mhm,
are here and you want to start an online business and you don't know where to start from,
mhm,
register on Ishoma's website, register on mine, and we will send you that free workshop that we have, and then the 30-day trial package that we have for you, which is money guaranteed back. You get it back. If you see what's inside is not for you, you say bye bye. But you not always have people coming back because there is no
yes,
one out there.
that's true. That's true.
Always come back and they're like, mm-mm, this system is so good. So, sis,
Yeah.
it was so good having you. Thank you so
Thank
much because
you.
finally, we made it. This
Yes.
was
Yes.
supposed to be done 2 years ago, but we made it today. And thank
Yes.
you so much
Yes.
for sharing your journey, the nuggets, and everything to do with this business. So, guys, there
Mhm.
you have it. Shoma and I, it's a goodbye from Nana, from us, and it's
Bye.
bye bye.
Thank you so much, sis. Bye.